woke last night to the sound of thunder. Waiting on the thunder. Waiting on the thunder.
Boom. Good morning. Welcome to Hot Toys, Hot Coffee. I'm Gary from Garys Grails. Ed will not be with us this week. That was for everybody to go, oh, I'm depressed. He had some other business to attend to, but I do, however, have somebody else here. Come on in, our other co-host, Mr. John Joker. There he is. He's coming.
Hello,
boom, boom.
hello.
Welcome,
Boom,
sir.
boom. There you
We're
go.
Fill in for Ed today, this week, since he couldn't be with us. But we're here. You guys are here. Hot coffee is here. We're grabbing a cup. We're going to see what's up. Cheers. First cheers of the day.
Cheers. So welcome to Hot Toys, Hot Coffee. Of course, Rebels has changed. He's changed his appearance, and he's also changed his background with just a bunch of hot toys. Very awesome. Nice
Right.
window, Rebels number 2.
So
actually... Yeah, we got Ultra Carterzilla, of course, Ultra Carterzilla. Hello. He's been talking about Raw. He's been talking about Io Sky disqualified from Elimination Chamber or not winning her bout to get into Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
T3, what's going on, brother? It's good to see you. So T3, watch T3 with No Shill podcast with Ralph Sehaman. Does it at night, like on Fridays or Saturdays. Check out his toy hunts. That guy's been finding a lot of toy hunts in his area, especially in Ross and probably Ollie's and all these places. It's crazy where he's finding a lot of good stuff. So check out T3. Ultra Carter talking about Raw and everything else. Dave's Dimension. Hello, Dave. How you doing?
Morning, Dave. Hello,
check out Dave's Dimension on the Dave's Dimension, the Outer Dimensions with Dre. Lax Severac, have no fear, your general's here. General,
who's this Lax Severac person? What's he all about? What's his deal?
He's a very powerful Jedi from Florida.
He sure is. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, brother.
Hi, good to see you. And then we also have Random Rick reviews. Charlotte needs to put her Mina opportunity on the line and then lose it to an up the corner. Oh, okay. How you doing, Random? Everybody's talking wrestling today, so that's cool.
Do a separate podcast for wrestling,
yeah. That's a must. We got to do that. So, Gary. So, what do we have for the agenda today?
Well, today we've got a little 20-minute video from Sideshow. They did a little debut of upcoming Hot Toys, which we want to share with you guys. And I believe one of us, my co-host, has an unboxing to do later on. So if you want to, we can either start with that or start with the video, whichever way we want to go.
I think it'd be best to start with the 20-minute video so some guys can see and anybody pops in, they know what we're talking about. And it's all about Hot Toys. So what is the video about before you started?
It's the Sideshow showcase. It's their 2025 showcase. So it's all upcoming releases for the next year. There's about probably 15 or 18 figures to show off. So let me get into where I can show the screen.
Awesome.
Hang on one second. And then you can showcase. Okay, tell me when you can see that up there, and then I'll start it.
All right, go ahead and start it.
Right.
You want me to add to the stage? Let's add to the stage, right?
Well,
there you go.
Sideshow's Hot Toys Showcase.
Can you hear it?
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, I can hear you. You guys can hear it in the chat?
I'm Guy.
And we're here to show you some of the latest creations from the Hot Toys team from all of your favorite fandoms.
Now, I know we're excited. You're excited. Let's not wait any longer. Let's get to it.
First up, let's take a closer look at 2 phases of the Moon Knight.
This is the artisan edition of Moon Knight, and now with that portrait and that wool hair.
This is incredible, seeing him unmasked for the first time in a Hot Toys figure.
Absolutely. Now, they've gone back and they've kind of added some new elements to the design of the suit that really highlighted a lot of the aging on this one.
Yes, and you're still getting the great articulation capabilities and that immense cape here.
It's a beautiful cape, and it's the most posable cape I've ever experienced with a
I want
Hot
this
Toys
figure.
figure.
That is high praise.
Very
And I
beautiful.
love the inner lining. It's got this contrast gloss on the fabric that has these cool kind of hidden hieroglyphs that when they catch the light just right, you're going to see those emerge.
And you talk snazzy dressers, you got to talk about Mr. Knight, right?
Yes, head to toe with that fabric texture that I love that Hot Toys has been integrating into these suits. So it's not just a flat fabric look. And we've got some cool callbacks to his other suits as well with those bandage wrapped shoes.
Now, both of these do have a swap out mask portrait too.
Yes, and you're going to have LED light up eyes as a display
Light up
option to
feature's
really
cool.
bring the light of the moon home to the Fist of Khonshu on your display. Now, going from the Marvel Cinematic Universe to the comic book universe, we're going to take a closer look at
Boom.
Doctor Doom, who reigns
he
supreme
is.
above all right now. From the
You wanna
pages
put
of
a
Marvel
pause and we
Comics,
talk about the
this
Moon
is
Knight real
Doctor
quick?
Doom 6-scale figure by
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
we'll get to the Dr. Doom. So,
Yep.
I like that artisan edition with the hair. I'm more into the Moon Knight one more than the Mr. Knight, even though the Mr. Knight looks nice. But
let me rewind
I'm
it.
all.
Can I go back?
You can go right there, bro. We didn't have to go back, but that's fine
Right,
right there.
right.
I mean, Rick, random Rick reviews. We're gonna get into the Doom right now as well. We're just gonna do a short talk about the Mr. Knight and the Moon Knight. So, what do you think on this one, Gary?
I think it's great. I didn't buy the first release of Moon Knight, and I kind of regretted it because the secondary price is way up there. But
Yeah.
and I think that's the first time we've got and I forgot the actor's name, the Poe Dameron's head sculpt
Oscar
anything.
Isaac.
Yeah, and that looks fantastic. So just for
Beautiful.
that alone, I think this might be a pickup down the road. The Mr. Knight, I don't need. I'd rather have the classic, him in the outfit. So, but that's still.
I
they're both
agree
cool
with
looking.
you. I agree with you, Random Rick reviews. I don't know if Gary does, but I like the head sculpt of Oscar Isaac. Like Gary says, it looks like him. But I'm more of the guy that wants the mask of the.
Oh, do you? See, okay.
Yeah, I prefer the mask more than the head sculpt.
Right. It's funny because I mean, I have you do too. Probably a dozen figures with unmasked head sculpts of the actual actor, and I don't display them that way. It's nice to have, but for an option, switch out option. But all right, cool.
Well, we're gonna end up seeing probably this Moon Knight as a limited edition since it's an artisan edition. So
Yeah,
we
if
better
those that
we
don't
better
know,
jump
the
on it
artisan-
quick.
Yeah, the artisan edition basically means that it's got the rooted hair and more. That's the big deal with all these
Yeah.
things, and a lot of the figures are doing artisan versions of. Let me go back.
praise. And I love the inner
Put the volume down so it just
So
catches
let's
up.
go on that Dr. Doom. So guys, Gary and I have been talking about that Dr. Doom. I think we're both on that train or boat to pick up that Dr. Doom. We're gonna pre-order that sucker before it
Here
goes.
it
But
comes.
let's check them out.
Here we go. As soon as
We're going to take a closer look at Doctor Doom, who reigns supreme above all right now. From the pages of Marvel Comics, this is the Doctor Doom 6-scale figure by Hot Toys.
already on pre-order.
Sweet.
This is the year of Doom, and I love when these things fly off the comic book page into 3 dimensions and become a
They do.
posable figure like this.
Yes, I mean, I think Doctor Doom would say that every year is the year of Doom, but this is so cool because it is even up to the minute with comic book details. We're seeing some of those magic effects on his hands. He very, very recently stole the title of Sorcerer Supreme from Doctor Strange. So Hot Toys has even incorporated that along with classic comic book elements into this design.
I love this cape. I like that it's kind of that drape and then, of course, the big hood. But it's that medieval knight armor that he wears that I really find so interesting, and I love how it looks on this figure.
And they've done such amazing detailing with the sculpture, the layers. You're
Look at
seeing
that.
the rivets. You're seeing beautiful design in that metal work because, of course, Doom deserves no less.
And a figure this supreme, this grand, has to have a grand way to show it off. And this base, wow.
Yes, with the banner and the kind of pedestal style display, you are getting a perfect centerpiece for the supreme leader of Latveria in your collection, an iconic Marvel villain who deserves a high shelf so that he can always be looking down on you.
I'll pause it right there. Now there's
Yeah.
the exclusive with this one is the 2 different masks. So you get the classic comic book mask, and this is the one that's on screen now, is the more modern version. And of course, those are magic effects. For those of you who don't know, Dr. Doom's a master of some magic and technology. So I thought it was going to be die cast, but it's not. That's just painted plastic with the metallic silver. But I think it looks great. What do you think?
I think it looks beautiful. I mean, especially that the like you said, the edition one has the original and the modern one.
Mhm.
Yeah, I kind of agree with the frisbees, what Random Rick review said a few minutes ago. Uh, I think it could go without it. I think they could have done better with that part. I think it would have looked better if he had kind of like the Doctor Strange ones where they were a little bit bigger instead
Well,
of the hands
I think
popping out. But
yeah,
you
there's
know,
different versions of the magic effect too. There's another one like that goes in his palm. It's kind of like a swirling kind of effect, and he's got the dark hold also is one of the extra,
yeah,
that spell book. So
and
that's kind of cool.
like Dave said, the so much great soft goods. Hopefully that the cape and the belt to hold up over time. I think with from recent past Hot Toys that have gone through that issue, Dave. I think that's where Hot Toys has done a better job with the belts and the
Mhm.
capes and that the leather. They're holding up a lot more, especially if you're gonna have them in room temperature. That's where they're gonna hold up a lot more. And of
Yeah,
course, if you don't mess with them and pose them too much, that leather won't mess up either. But
right.
you know, it's kind of hard with wanting to pose them different ways, but try to not mess with them as much as you can.
You can treat the. I bought some pleather treatment stuff that you can spray or rub on, like for the Gambit, the So Toys Cajun card dealer leather coats, Indiana
Yeah,
Jones, and that'll help preserve that stuff. And like John said, if you keep them at room temperature, they're going to last a lot longer than being
true.
exposed to humidity and stuff. So, all right, you want
So
to
this is
push
this is
forward
not
with this
Hot
one?
Toys, but yeah, no, that one score I give it a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna really
Yeah,
get that one on pre-order. I'm gonna probably do it right after we get off because you already beat me
yeah.
to it,
Mine's
but
already
still.
placed. I didn't want to miss out. All right, here we
Sweet.
go.
World
Not surprised all your
Spider-Man
cards did on
is
Sonya Deville.
Venom from the comics.
This is an incredible piece. I love the size of this piece. Usual 6-scale figures have a very kind of human shape to them. This is very not human.
Absolutely. And we're getting to see that symbol.
This
We've
is
all
sweet.
been waiting to
Of course
see
you
it.
don't have
That
to put it on
raised,
John.
bright white spider on there. And of course, wraps around the back, too.
Yes, and from the comic book transition, we've got the kind of cool color scheme of black with blue highlights that are carried throughout. So this really catches the light very nicely and gives that symbiote a living texture.
Not only do we have all the points of articulation on the figure, though, the tendrils can go wherever you choose as a figure. So this is so cool.
They're kind of cute, I mean, admittedly.
Yeah, sure, in a semi-dangerous way.
But it's not Venom without his tongue. And so Hot Toys has given you not only a
Look at
closed
that.
mouth portrait, but you're going to have
I like
3 different tongue options for that open mouth portrait. And all of those teeth.
Now, of course, if you're dealing with Venom,
Yes.
sometimes you need a little extra.
Awesome. T3.
Symbiotes sometimes cause a big problem, and if you've got symbiote problems, you might need a dose of anti-venom. This is the anti-venom suit from Marvel's Spider-Man 2, and this is one of 80 suits in that video game, and I swear I am still working through all of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of suits, but this is a fan favorite.
Pretty essential to the story as
Yes.
well. And so you're getting a lot of those amazing details. Again, with the kind of symbiote combating nature, you're seeing all of the ways that this suit can morph. I love this giant claw fist accessory we've got
There
here.
are so many accessories and ways that you can manipulate them together that it's almost an infinite amount of them.
And you're going to get that dynamic figure stand as well, which is really essential to recreating that exhilarating web slinging feeling
I'll
of
do
the
that
video
too.
game.
Just
And you're going to have the
maybe
fabric
talk
suit
about
with the inverse of the classic Venom look that is still fully articulated and posable. So you've got a lot of great options for displaying this piece.
If you're a Spider-Man fan, the Venom and Anti-Venom are an absolute must in the collection.
All right, stop talking about those for a minute. What do you think?
Venom's beautiful. I do like that they're adding the symbiotes that pop out. I'm not much of a big fan of it, even though it looks cool. I prefer just the
Yeah.
Venom just by itself, either smiling or with the tongue out. I think that's where it's gonna look great.
If I remember,
Even though
too, I
that
think
looks
there's,
great.
there's plugs. So if you take the symbiotes out of his back, there's plugs that you can cover the holes with also. So
Yeah,
but
and I don't
including
mind
the
that at
bending
all.
wire and those. Yeah, you don't like it?
Yeah. No, I like it. I like it all completely. This is also this one's more of a 9 out of 10 for me, or 9.5 out of 10.
Mhm.
But I think the problem is that we can look at a video, but it doesn't do us justice until you get the figure. And
Right,
see, if I
right.
get that Venom figure and I look at it, I think I'm gonna consider it a 10 out of 10 once it's in my hands because
Yeah, once you get it in
pictures and
hand,
videos.
absolutely.
Yeah,
You see
a lot of my
T3?
yeah, he says
He wants
yeah, he
advice.
wants that Venom. And I said, and I just mentioned it in ASMR, or I told him,
Okay.
yeah, just let me know, give me a call, we'll talk about it, and I'll put it in my payment range. I can get two, one for me, one for him, and if he wants to pay me
Yeah.
like that, that's
Yeah.
fine. I mean, I don't mind. If anybody likes to get a hot toy one day and they need help, I mean, I'm willing to help out. That's what we are here for, the community. So hey,
That's right.
T, you really want it? You give me a call.
Nice. There we go.
And that Venom looks fire. Venom looks
does.
great. Anti-Venom is cool, but I'm leaning towards Venom. So yeah, what Dave said, I agree with that. I love, honestly, the video game Spider-Man Hot Toys have been beautiful, and I want them all. I think the next one I'm gonna get is the Superior Spider-Man one first.
Okay. Yeah.
I rather go with the Venom than the Spider-Man anti-suit. The reason being is because I'm not used to Spider-Man being with an anti-lock suit.
Yeah.
I actually rather see them make the anti-Venom first, that's where we ended up seeing the white suit.
Right.
If you didn't, if nobody's read the comics, reason why the symbiote went back to Eddie Brock. Well, first off, the symbiote left Eddie Brock because Eddie Brock ended up having cancer.
Right.
So the symbiote had to find one, and it found Scorpion.
Yeah.
Then Mr. Negative ended up touching Eddie Brock and cured him
Eddie
from his
Brock.
cancer. So when the symbiote felt Eddie Brock close by, he attacked Eddie Brock, but because of Mr. Negative hitting him with that negative power, it ended up messing up the symbiote from being Venom to anti-Venom. So anti-Venom ended up becoming kind of like a good person and started wanting to save all the people that were having powers. He actually almost attacked Spider-Man to get rid of the powers and telling him, "You're hurting, I'll save you." But a very good series to starting up the full appearance of the anti-Venom suit. Yeah. So
all right.
the Hono line from Hot Toys is really nice also. Oh yeah, they're great for being the price that they are.
So let's see what they have in store for us next, shall we?
Oh yeah, and then anti-Venom one or anti-Spider-Man, I give it an 8 out of 10.
Now we are looking at more figures from the Deadpool and Wolverine collection.
Oh boy.
And this collection is very, very nice.
It is extremely nice. In fact, it is the nicest of all the Deadpools. We've got Nice Pool here himself.
You know, everybody's wanted the Ryan Reynolds portrait on this figure. And of course, this is
that
an
hair.
undamaged, shall we say, look.
Yes, this is a little bit pre-bullet sponge. I love the portrait on this. I mean, they captured the softness, the gentleness of him.
Now, you just pointed out something that you thought was really cool, though, and that was the earrings.
He's got a double cartilage piercing. It's so beautiful. He's got the top knot bun. This is going to have the separate rolling eyeballs feature that Hot Toys has also been incorporating into so many of these figures. Posing this would be so zen.
Over 30 points of articulation, so it's going to be easy to do that. But we're used to a little bit of a dulled color scheme with the red and the black. But here, bright, and it pops.
And I think one of the most important elements, of course, that even Wade Wilson coveted deeply, we've got golden elements throughout. There's some gold accents on the costume. We've got his golden pistols, even down to the Golden Girl's initials on the katanas as well.
One last golden element is going to be that display base with light up feature, so you can really put the spotlight on your figure.
I do think that this is a truly nice addition to any Deadpool collection.
Now, another surprise cameo
in
Deadpool.
Back and talk about those? Hold on.
Yeah, we can real quick.
You back up.
Wow.
One last golden element is going to be that display base with light up feature, so you can really put the spotlight.
All right. What do we think? Well, I have the Deadpool, obviously, the regular one. I don't need a nice pool for my personal collection or a lady pool. But what do you guys think? I think the head sculpt on the nice pool is fantastic. But,
I ended up getting my Deadpool as well already in. Beautiful piece. From the nice pool, like I mentioned in the past shows, Gary, this one is a one that I want to get just because I do want the Van Wilder here. The fourth wall guy. I think he'd be very, very, very cool, and just having him with Deadpool holding onto, instead of having the baby in his hands, he'll have Mary Poppins, Dogpool. And then they're like, oh, doing that little scene. And then, of course, Lady Pool is one that I need to get for sure, too. So really, to be honest with you, I want to get this whole line, even the cameos which I know that's the next one that we're gonna look at.
Yep.
The nice pull to me, it's up there, especially with the detailing with the hair. I think this one should have been an artisan edition though, if you wanted to really spice it up for this nice pull. But
Right.
still looks great, and I like that they put the earrings and everything, the Golden Girls on the initials on the thing. So I give this one a 9 out of 10 for now.
For sure. It's worthy. I'm not a completist like you are. I just really pick and choose. And Dave, I'm with you. I have the Deadpool. It's behind me on the shelf right there. He's with Mary Poppins sitting next to Cable. And I did order a third party Deadpool head sculpt with with his nasty head, and that should be shipping pretty soon. So I'll have at least a version, of actual Deadpool for my collection.
See.
So
T3 says, I want all those Deadpool and Wolverine hot toys. Looking forward to get Blade and Gambit. Yes.
All right.
We'll see those
We
in a
kind of-
bit. Or, well,
kind of buried the lead already, but we'll get to our next
it's okay.
presentation here.
It's not
Come
6 feet under yet. So,
Right on your figure.
I do think that this is a truly nice addition to any Deadpool collection.
Let's see what you did there.
Now, another surprise cameo in Deadpool and Wolverine was this guy right here, the Human Torch.
A fantastic cameo to see in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and now we have a Hot Toys figure of it.
Look at those flame effects. Those are all attachable. You decide how you want to have those on that figure.
Yeah, you've got so many different options here, and I love that we're seeing this flame spiral vortex piece. You can have him inside of that as well. It also looks great just beside him as well.
Yeah, now we're seeing him with that cloak over it, but you can remove that cloak, and underneath is that Fantastic Four costume.
Yes, just like they kept this cameo under wraps, you've got the, Wasteland Void Wanderer, but of course you want to see the MCU version of that Fantastic Four suit. There are just so many great ways to display this figure, as you're waiting for him to say that signature line.
Flame on!
And you can quote him on that. If you're fired up for this figure, you can pre-order him now at Sideshow.com.
All right, let's talk about Chris Evans, aka the Human Torch. What do you think? I think the figure is fine. The head sculpt's a little questionable for me.
Yeah.
I don't see 100% Chris Evans in that, and it's
I don't either.
impossible to get they're not going to do two versions like this one and like a translucent, fully flamed on version. They've got to do these plug-in effects, which kind of takes away from it. I think they look cool, but you know what I mean. You just can't get them in full Human Torch mode. So this is a pass for me. I think it's cool. I probably would have gotten this one if not for the Fantastic Four movie coming out this July, I think, July 25th.
yeah, July. Yeah.
They're going to do a version of all four of the FF. It might be 2 years down the road, but it's going to happen. That's a Human Torch that I want with that team. So that's kind of what I'm just going to play the long game on this one. What do you think?
So what I think is going to happen with this one is that they're going to do what they did with the Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. It's going to be delayed because I think they're going to realize that face sculpt is not looking like Chris Evans.
That's what
just like how the
saying.
Obi-Wan was messed up. They're going to do that too. I wish they had done a deluxe one so they can do the flame on translucent one like you're saying. That would have been cool,
Right.
and have them both
Right.
together, kind of like the Nightmare Batman and Superman. Again, I'm gonna get it just because it's a part of the Deadpool and Wolverine series movie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not series. And I like it. I do like it how you can put them in the little tornado whirlwind fire. Of course, I want him to be peeing on Casanova's charred body
Yeah.
while she's
Part of the
gargling juggernauts, So yes, it's a definitely pickup for me. Right now it's a 6 out of 10 just because of the head sculpt, but I think it's gonna go up because they're gonna realize that it's not really looking like him.
Yeah, and a lot of times, I'm surprised they put this in the video package, but the prototypes, they put them out there. The community comments, "Hey, it's great, but," and this head sculpt's been complained about by a lot of people, and they do make
So it's
changes. So sometimes the
Yeah.
final version is not what we see. So maybe that'll be the case, and I'll have a different opinion. But yeah, that's the only option you have for a head. It's got to look right to me. So yeah, I'm with you. That's like a 5 out of 10. Or on my Grail scale, I'd give it like a 2.5 out of 5. So, all right, shall we proceed and see what's next?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, here we go.
think you're right.
Another
David. It
Marvel
does
hero
kinda
from the
look like
void. We are here with the X-23 6-scale figure from Deadpool and Wolverine.
This cameo is one I cheered for, and it is a figure I am excited to have. There's so much that comes with this one.
I love this so much. She's got one of those unique looks. I love the feral kind of pose and attitude we're getting here. Really indicative of the Wolverine lineage in her.
Oh, you talk about that Wolverine lineage. You've got the two claws, but the toe claws are the one that really gets me on this figure.
I love that so much, and her boots look phenomenal.
Now that we're down there looking at that base, we get the flame and we're getting the snow and hint to yet another kind of a cameo peek right there.
Yeah, the Juggernaut helmet on the base is a great storytelling moment here throughout, and it's just so nice to see Laura Kinney back on the big screen. I love seeing this evolution to her character, and an evolution in the way that Hot Toys is bringing these figures. This is a totally new sculpted body. She's going to have the awesome separate rolling eyeballs feature and multiple hairstyles, so you can get that windswept action pose and a little bit more, neutral stance as well.
She's got a ton of stuff. This is going to be great. For this and more figures from Deadpool and Wolverine, make sure to follow along at side.show/showcase.
So let's talk about X-23. I'll back it up a little bit. Here we go. What do you think? I think this is a great looking figure. I have not pre-ordered it yet, but I think I'm going to, just to pair her up with Logan. I think it's a must.
Yeah. I agree with you, and especially with the different hair sculpt and everything. I've always liked Daphne Keene's character. I think she did great in Logan as a younger Laura or X-23. Yeah. My only issue is for her size is the price range. I think it should be a little bit less, but of course I'm still gonna buy it. Just because of the price range, I give it an 8 out of 10. But figure itself, I give it a 9.5 out of 10. Beautiful, and I will get that one for sure too.
What's the chat saying? When I switch over to the chat, you see the small screen? Like, is the video small again? Because I'm trying to read the chat.
No, everybody's. They can still see it. It's the big size.
Okay. I'm just trying to read the chat. See whatever. Ultra Cards.
Yeah, well, Ultra Cards. He's still talking about wrestling, but he did talk about like Hot Toys that he would want his Master Chief or Halo figures being 1/6 scale. So hopefully they could get the license.
Fair enough. All right.
Because this is a totally new sculpted body. She's going to have the awesome separate rolling eyeballs feature and
we got some Star Wars
hairstyles,
coming up.
so you can get that windswept action pose and a little bit more, neutral stance as well.
She's got a ton of stuff. This is going to be great. For this and more figures from Deadpool and Wolverine, make sure to follow along at side.show/showcase.
Now let's take a look at a galaxy of Star Wars figures by Hot Toys, starting with a Sith legend brought to life, the Darth Malgus 6-scale figure.
We're used to 6-scale figures being about 12 inches in height, but this Malgus is a lot larger.
Yes, he's very intimidating in stature, and we've got some of those signature Sith elements throughout his costume, but a very, very distinct look to him, especially with that veiny portrait.
Yeah, and we're getting to see so much of that. We're not covered much. There's just that bit of the mouth and that stare and glare that he has. Now, of course, he's going to have an alternate portrait, so there's an alternate way in which to display him. But look at all the power that he harnesses.
Yes, we're seeing a Force lightning effect in action, and we're seeing a very unique kind of dynamic figure stand base with that rotating platform with the underlit LED effect.
Yeah, it's a little off axis there. Where is he harnessing said power, defending himself, being aggressive? There's a lot to do with this figure.
This makes a great addition alongside other Sith Legends characters that have been brought to life, like Darth Revan and Lord Starkiller.
Check out this figure and more at side.show/showcase. And if
we'll stop right there. What do you think? This thing looks incredible.
I already pre-ordered it.
I was going to say you had to already have this one.
Yeah, I have the Darth Revan one already, so I wanted this one next to my Darth Revan. Or let me put it this way: not pre-ordered, pre-released. I already pre-released it because now they changed it.
Now, is the base LED USB powered or is it battery? Do you remember?
I'm not too sure. I didn't read up on that. It might be LED, but I like the way it turns you can turn the what is it? The diorama, whatever you want to call it.
Platform that he's on.
The platform, you can turn it and angle it in different ways, and I think that's what's beautiful. And I love that they're giving you many different kinds of heads for this figure. Beautiful figure.
And was that a light up
for the price?
In the head, on the mask, the two little red lights it showed?
Yes.
On that one picture, I don't know. Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
I'm not into
this is a must for me.
Characters, but I can see how that would be a must buy. What's the chat saying about that one?
They haven't said anything much. I know T3 is
Okay,
still
fine.
looking at still talking about the X23 that they didn't give her the
23.
pink backpack or sunglasses, which I agree.
I
Maybe they
think
should add that.
I think from the solicitation that the sunglasses are included. I believe they're in there. They just didn't show it. They didn't pull out all the accessories on
Well,
the
they better
package,
put
which they
those
should
two
have.
in for the price. I think that's what they need to
Yeah,
do. But
yeah. All right, let's see what's next. That's a cool.
If you're going to have
Chat,
the Sith, you're
but a
going to need the
must.
Jedi. And that brings us to Plo Koon.
Now, Plo Koon is one of the very unique Jedi we got
Wow.
introduced to in the prequel trilogy, and we can see here Hot Toys has done an excellent job recreating his unique Keldor anatomy.
It's a very different look of this. We're used to seeing kind of the humanoid and now getting that alien. You talked about that this is his appearance in Revenge of the Sith, but the figure comes with alternate options that allow us to display it as he appeared in the animated Clone Wars as well.
That's great that they've given you so many different options, especially with the costuming and swap out elements for his gauntlets. And I'm loving the look that we're getting at his very unique hands. There's a beautiful paint job across all of this, really reflecting his unique style. But he's got those unique digits, the fingers, and the way that he holds his lightsaber. His portrait is so unique, especially with that breathing apparatus and then those elements that I'm not sure if those are goggles on his eyes or just how they are on planet Doran, but it's a very unique look that Hot Toys has recreated here.
It's fantastic that Hot Toys is giving us more members of the Jedi Council, but the Jedi often had to deal with the clones, and there are two right in front of you, Amy.
Fresh,
Well, then we'll go back and
especially with
talk about him.
Very nice Jedi. I do want this one. And I would have to pre-order him right away because Kid
Yeah.
Fisto is another Jedi that was already sold out, or the pre-release has been sold out and it's on a waiting list. But yeah, if you want to do Jedi collections, this is a must for you, especially for
must.
the prequels. If you're a favorite of the
Which one
prequels,
was
definitely
which one did Palpatine kill when they were going to arrest
Kid Fisto.
It was Kid Fisto, okay.
Yeah, and then I forgot the other name of the two. This one was shot down by one of the pilots of the clone troopers.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, it's cool looking.
Clone pilots, I mean.
that breathing apparatus and then those elements that I'm not sure if those are goggles on his eyes or just how.
Let's get forward a little bit, and here we go.
Fresh off the line from Camino, we have the Clone Commander Wolf 6-scale figure and the Wolfpack Battalion Trooper 6-scale figure. Now, each of these are sold separately, but when it comes to collecting clones, the more you have, the better your army is.
Now, these ones here, I'm liking the change in color scheme.
Yes.
That blue-gray.
We've seen so many different unique iterations of the
cool
different clone battalions over the years. Now, with the 104th Battalion, we've got that unique Wolf design. You're going to see it here in the Clone Trooper's helmet, as well as Commander Wolf's own decals there.
Yeah, they're on the shoulder armor and all, and having all of those options and all of the posability that we're going to get with those, even though they have all that armor.
With the Hot Toys clone pieces, we do see that they come with their signature arsenal of weaponry for posing and detailing, but they also have, all of their unique armor elements and a fully tailored fabric undersuit that really allows you to get maximum flexibility in the joints for these unique action poses. Be sure to bring home the Clone Commander Wolf and Wolfpack Battalion Trooper to expand your clone forces. Now, let's look at another piece from the...
Okay. I thought that was a 2-pack at first, but you said sold separately. So what do you think?
Yeah. You can never go wrong with any clone troopers or stormtroopers or anything with Hot Toys. Anything that's a trooper from Star Wars, always a great pickup, no matter what. Personally, I mean, I'll be picking up slowly, but I'm not gonna be in a rush to get those. I think they're great. They're beautiful. They look like, even though we didn't get to see them in the movies, they do look like the movie, like if they were from a movie. That's what I like about the Clone War cartoon animated ones, which I know is the next one to come out that we're gonna talk about, but. 10 out of 10 for me for the clone troopers. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna see everything. Yes. I'll be honest with all the Hot Toys are gonna be up there in price or up there in a high scale for me, except for a few that are gonna be low. But 10 out of 10. I'll be right back. I'm gonna feed my kiddo real quick. You go on for the next one, and then I'll get to it right away.
All right, I got you. Stay with us.
The Clone Wars collection, the Savage Opress 6-scale figure.
Wow.
Now, what Hot Toys has done, I think, is really unique with this piece is they have blended that signature animated style with their realism to bring you this highly unique Zabrak figure.
You talk about the Zabrak on him. We're going to get those horns and that face look now in that bright yellow, but Hot Toys went so far as to give us swap out horns so we can decide how far in his battles we actually want to show him off in.
Yes. Now, I will say the family resemblance, is quite clear between him and his brother Maul with we've got the mechanical arm element here as well as, the signature angry face.
Talk about a family tradition there, double-bladed lightsabers.
Yes. And you're going to have a lot of great dynamic posing potential with the motion swipe style blades that are also included with this piece. And from head to toe, we've got beautiful costuming elements, those fabric elements, and a lot of weathered metal elements as well. You see the scores, the kind of rusting. He's really been through a lot of battles here.
The combination of kind of the soft good as well as the armor is really going to give us a lot of posability and a lot of action that we can do with this figure.
I will say that this secret Sith has surely made himself known throughout the galaxy. For a closer look at these figures and everything else we've seen so far on the show, go to side.show/showcase.
But that's not all. Let's take a look at some figures from DC.
So I'm going to hold off a minute and give John a minute to get back. What you guys think in the chat? I'm reading right now. Hot Toy Savage looks sick as hell. Yeah, I'm familiar with Maul, obviously, but I didn't realize they were brothers. I didn't watch the all the animated stuff. And did they give the pink? I'll say we covered that T3. They did give her the sunglasses. I'm not sure about the backpack, but I know the sunglasses were part of the original solicitation. So this is a cool little package that Sideshow's put together. I wish they'd do more of these. It's nice to be able to share this with you guys. And John's having I don't think a problem, but he's dealing with his youngin. So that's in the meantime, I'm grabbing my cup. We'll see what's up. Take a little quick coffee break. After all, it is Hot Toys, hot coffee. So join me. Cheers. Okay. Let's see. They're going to do some DC figures next. Let's get forward a little bit and see what we're dealing with. Hold on. To the next video. Hold on. I was watching Cinema Sins over the weekend. Sit through this commercial. Skip. And right back to where we were.
The soft good as well as the armor is really going to give us a lot of posability and a lot of action that we can do with this figure.
Back it up
I
a
will
little bit.
say
Turn
that
the volume
this
down.
Sith has surely made himself known throughout the galaxy. For a closer look at these figures and everything else we've seen so far on the show, go to side.show/showcase.
But that's not all. Let's take a look at some figures from DC.
Let's. Uh-oh. That myth. That's what.
Starting our dive into DC, we have the dynamic duo themselves, Batman and Robin from Batman and Robin.
And these are in those suits that caused quite the stir. Hot
Yeah,
Toys has
wonder
made
why.
sure that they get all of the elements of these suits correct. All the muscles, all of the different ways, and even the way in which the suits move
Holy
when
crotch
you
piece,
pose them.
They've done a phenomenal job with the sculpting element of this and maintaining a flexibility so you can get those dynamic action poses, especially with their signature weapons.
When you talk about the signature weapons, I love the one that Robin's holding here. That's very unique. But the red in that, how it pops against, we're seeing Robin in that black suit, and then the emblem there, kind of a little precursor to the Nightwing look.
Yes, and with their matching character stands, I love that you can see the way that their logos inlay with one another and create the Robin Rang and the Batarang here. And I love the sculpting on the cowl, of course. With every different Batman, we've got so much detail there. You're getting a lot of really cool, scowl lines as well as the lower faceplate for the George Clooney portrait.
This dynamic duo is sold separately, but they can both be part of your collection at Sideshow.com.
From the silver.
So I'm just going to pause it right there. I have the Clooney Batman already on pre-order.
Cool.
Boom. Because on behind me, you can see I've got.
You actually went off camera.
Oh, that's right. Well, in my backdrop, you can see I've got the Keaton, the Pattinson, and the Christian Bale, and I am putting together a Batman section. So this is a must, and I think they nailed the at least the face sculpts on this one, even though it's only his mouth and chin. But that looks like George Clooney to me.
Oh, yeah, you
100%.
can tell.
Yeah.
So
Not a big fan of the whole Joel Schumacher take on Batman with the nipples and the way he shot that thing in the cod pieces. But it is what it is. It's still a Batman figure. So the completest in me, as far as Batman goes, I have to have. And this one's already on pre-order. I'm already got them
cool.
about half paid for. So what do you think?
So just real quick, going back to
scowl lines
Savage.
Oh yeah, we can
Going back
yeah.
to Savage Press, but you don't have to go back right away. Just we'll talk
Oh,
about it
sure.
real quick.
I'll
No,
take
no,
it
it's
slow.
okay. With Savage Press, I do like the way he looks. He doesn't look like a comic. He doesn't look like a cartoon character. That's why I say the Clone Wars look like a movie. They look movie detailed, even though Savage Press
Mhm.
didn't come out in the movies. It's not like the What If Hot Toys that they look too cartoony. So they're doing it right with the Star Wars Clone Wars toys that they look human-like or a live action type.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Savage Press, I'm not getting him, but if you like him, he's a must for your collection. Looks great.
Mhm.
Going to the George Clooney Batman and Robin, George Clooney is a must for me. I'm gonna pre-order him.
Yep.
I do have the Val Kilmer. I do have the O'Donnell Robin. I do have Michael Keaton. I do have the Nightmare
Yep.
Ben Affleck, and I do have the Christian Bale, the first deluxe one where you can change his face and the eyeballs rolling, the
Yep.
first
Yep.
ones. I just need a Robert Pattinson, but I know this one for sure probably won't go because a lot of people haven't really been buying the Val Kilmer or the Robin one from Batman
Yeah.
Forever.
Now that
So I'm
Kilmer
not in
one,
a
he's in
big
the sonar suit, right? That's the one. He's
yes,
not in the black. Yeah, I'm waiting for
and
them to
that's
do
why
a.
people. I think that's why people don't really care for it because it's in the sonar suit instead of just a regular
Yeah,
suit. But
same
still,
here.
he
Yeah,
looks great. So,
yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna definitely pick these two up as well.
sweet. And then we're moving over. Looks like I see a bit of a Batman, which I think is another
Hot Toys has
pre-order of
brought
mine.
us the Dark Knight
Yep.
Returns Batman because you can't keep him out of Gotham City for long.
Now, this Batman, when we read that comic, he was large, he was lumbering, he was more mature, and we get
He was
that in
old.
this figure, particularly the size.
Yes, this is a really impressive piece, and I love the way that they've realized all of those unique, iconic elements to the comic book artwork in a three-dimensional figure, especially bringing in the classic colors.
You were getting those blues, we're getting the grays, and then that pop of yellow right there on the utility belt.
But it has a great black wash to it. You're getting a lot of nice grime in this. He's got a distressed weathered cape with a wired element to it, as well as those gauntlets, those boots, and of course, the portrait. We've got the iconic short ears. We've got unique swap out mandibles to really recreate that brutish jaw that he has. This is a very different Batman physique and very different from what we typically see from Hot Toys, bringing, again, comic book proportions into the real world.
Now, this is a dark and dangerous Batman. We're used to seeing him with a lot of gadgets, this time with a rifle.
Yes, this is from one of those iconic stories where Batman is truly pushed to a new edge. And so, like Hot Toys continues to explore really cool and really unique iterations of different characters, pushing the envelope with the physical elements that they offer, the creation, the sculpting, and the costuming of these iconic characters. Now we're on the streets of...
Let's go back up a little bit. Hold on. What do you think? I have this one pre-order.
Of different characters.
Pre-ordered already as well.
Yeah,
it's a
my
must,
only
bro.
my knock
Yeah, go
on
ahead.
the base. No, I said my only knock on it is the base, the giant Batman, Dark Knight. I don't need the big. I know who he is. I like the base itself, but the signage on the front could have been a little bit less in your face, I think. But yeah, this was a must.
Honestly, I think that what they should have done was put they should have done the base like if he's on top of one of those buildings from the cartoon when he has the rifle, you know.
Yeah,
I think that would have been a better base because, like you said, we already know who he is. I love this one. I love that it's the older version. The cartoon and the book and the cartoon were great. Peter Weller, Mr. RoboCop, did a phenomenal job as his voice and everything. So
yeah, he did.
10 out of 10. This is the reason why I want this one. So I did pre-order it already.
Absolutely.
And it's one to get.
Anybody in the chat commenting on this one? Or
hi, Kat. How you doing? It's good to see you, Kat. No, but Ultra Carter, he's glad that they about the no gun policy thing. He that they permanently removed it, but he's glad that the Hot Toys did the rifle. So that's a must.
Yeah,
you know.
I think so.
He would like to see a Two-Face Billy Dean Williams from the '89. series.
Oh wow.
I think that'd
Yeah.
be cool. I think I agree
would
with
be
him
cool.
on that. And then everybody's saying hi to Cat. So
Well, all right, hi, Kat.
next one.
Thanks for coming aboard. In the meantime, here is our
Streets
89
of Gotham City
Batman.
with Batman and the Bat Missile from Batman Returns.
Now, these are each sold separately, but we want to tell you everything about how they are right here, starting with Batman. I love the cowl on this. I love the Keaton era of Batman. And this is absolutely beautiful. It's an all-new suit that we saw in the second movie. We got to see the new emblem on there, and they've done a great job of doing that. The Keaton era is by many a favorite, and this comes with a Keaton portrait as well.
And you're going to get some cool display options for the base. We've got an environmental rooftop storytelling base with some swap out elements to it.
Yes, you can decide exactly what area of Gotham you are in.
And if you're traversing the streets of Gotham, how better to do it than in a Bat Missile?
Absolutely. When the Batmobile needed to be a little narrower, pop, off it came and became the Bat Missile. And Hot Toys has made this one with those moving parts. The front and rear tires move inward, the canopy opens, the interior lights up, and a light up thrust on the back, Amy.
I want to emphasize this is a massive yet 6-scale accessory for this piece. I love the way in which Hot Toys has played with scale. I mean, we see Batman here in a traditional 6-scale figure, but the range of accessories from the smallest of gadgets to the largest of pieces, they're really pushing the envelope with the way in which they can show us different styles of gadgetry. And now is the perfect time to open your own Batcave or perhaps even garage of Batman collectibles.
All right. Whoops. Ended up on a blurry picture of it. Hold on.
We are
Me and
incredibly
Mr.
excited.
That's okay. Just
Time to open your own Batcave.
right there.
Perfect.
Cool.
All right. So what do you think? This one kind of ticks me off, and I'll tell you why. I had an 89 original first version of Batman. I sold it years ago. Regretted that. I bought the 2.0, which I have, which people complained about the texturing on the suit and didn't have an unmasked portrait, and they didn't like the face plates. I'm happy with it. And then I ordered that. It came in, and not a month later, they solicited this one.
Mhm.
And I like this one a lot. I like the suit. I like the chest piece of the armor a little bit better than the original. It comes with an unmasked portrait with a torn,
Mhm.
mask like he did at the end of the movie. But I don't need two, So I'm like, I don't care about the vehicle, the missile. I would rather have a full size 1/6 scale Batmobile than the missile.
Yeah.
But I'm wrestling right now as we speak about selling my 2.0 and just ordering this one and having this as my Batman. But there's something about having the original 89 Batman in my collection. I don't know. What do you think? What would you do?
So I mean,
You'd buy
to
them
be
all.
honest
That's
with
what
you, well, Batman and Batman Returns are my most favorite Batman. I mean, even
Mhm.
Dark Knight is up there with them. But out
Yeah.
of the 89 to the Joe Schumacher's, Michael Keaton is my Batman.
Right.
The reason I want this one, and maybe this will probably make you decide whether you want to sell that 89 one or not. Let's talk about how you compose them when he can actually spread the wings to fly. That is
Yeah.
beautiful.
That is cool.
Just making the bat wings to fly off the building, and there's pictures of it where he's with his knee up and he has them up, or
Mhm.
like in the movie where he just does that. That right there sold me for that figure. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna pre-order it. I haven't gotten so because of course I pre-ordered the stuff. But
Yeah.
that, even though I have the Batman, I think it's the Flash version. I don't know which one it is, but I think it's the 89, not the Flash. I am gonna definitely get this one, especially the
Oh, yeah.
deluxe.
All
Yeah.
right.
The Bat Missile, complete waste of time, complete
Yeah.
waste of plastic. There is no reason to make the Bat Missile. It's at $610. Honestly, if you want a Batmobile, you can get the tumbler for like $30 more,
Right.
and the
Right.
tumbler is way big. So why the hell are you gonna waste $610 for this thing when you
On
can
half
buy
a
the
vehicle.
tumbler that is available now? The Batmobile for the Michael Keaton Batmobile is no longer available. But if
Right.
you want something available that is a Batmobile, the tumbler is the way to go.
Mhm.
Bigger, worth it for $30 more. Why not? This
I
just
think
no reason to be made.
I
No
got a
reason to be
second
made.
chance
Sorry.
email from Sideshow a couple of months ago for the Batmobile, but it was like $750, and I just didn't have the extra funds at the moment to
Mhm.
get it. I kind of wish I did. I probably could have squeezed it on a credit card if I wanted to, but it was right
Shit, yeah.
before
But
the holidays, and we were,
you'll find it one day. You might find it at a good
yeah,
price, so don't be rushed.
yeah,
But this complete waste of garbage, this Batmobile or
yeah.
Bat missile. Maybe for some they like, but nah, not in my
Right,
shoes.
right.
That a 1 out of 10.
Yeah, pass. Hard pass on
Batman,
them.
10 out of 10.
All right, looks like we
Show
got
off
some
two
Alien
pieces
Romulus
of
coming
Alien
up.
Romulus.
Let's start with Rain Carradine.
Let's. That base having all of those damaged aliens and that face hugger that's on a little wire.
That's a great action element to this piece. And because she is a shorter character in general, Hot Toys has developed a brand new body, and we're seeing a great reflecting of the costuming on that as well.
Well, you talk about costuming, a Whalen shirt as well as the Stomper shoes.
Yes, in sci-fi, I feel like a lot of people have really great footwear, and I love to see an action heroine rocking a tank top.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, of course, she's going to be dealing with this guy over here.
Yes, we've got the Scorched Xenomorph 6-scale figure by Hot Toys, and I love what they've done with the texture and the paint on this. We're getting a really unique bubbled, blistered look to add to that burned element.
Yeah, and that ashy kind of paint job that really allows that detail to show in, particularly around the rib cage. And we have that battle damage right there in the dome that we can swap out. We have two different jaws and, of course, that scary second mouth.
But no matter which combination of the figure you choose to display, it is scary every single way. Now, these figures are sold separately, but you can see how incredible they look together. So if you want to add them to your shelf, check them out at sideshow.com.
All right. So what do we think? I loved. First of all, did you like Alien Romulus? I liked it a lot.
I haven't seen it yet, so I
Okay.
can't say much, but I hear that it's great, that it's worth the watch. So going at that, I don't know much about Ray Carradine. Both figures look great. The alien is the one that I would want the most. Ray
Right.
Carradine, not so much until I see the movie, I guess. But to be honest with you, I don't want a Ray Carradine. I want a Ripley.
Ripley.
That's what
Yeah,
I want.
same here. The head sculpt of the actress, it's Kaylee. I forgot her last name. She was in that movie Civil War. Did you see that?
Yeah, she was
She was
the young reporter.
Yeah, yeah. That's the only two things I know her from. But they did nail the head sculpt. But yeah, I would rather have a Ripley there.
Hello, Left Coast. How
Basically.
you doing?
Oh, what's up? What's up, Rick? But that
So-
alien with that prehensile tail and everything, I think that is sweet.
That's
That is
beautiful.
cool.
So going with Alien, just before we get to the next one,
Yep.
if they continue with the Alien series, honestly, I would like to see a Queen Alien. I would like to see a Ripley from Aliens and Alien.
hmm
I would like to see Hicks, Hudson,
Oh.
and Bishop.
Oh, absolutely.
Colonial Marines. Make Colonial Marines.
Yeah.
Big time.
I could see them
And make
even doing
Apollo or
top ship.
a Poe or whatever his name is.
Oh, what's his name? I already thought about him. Get a Hicks and a Hudson or Vasquez with the big poke.
Vasquez, Drake.
Yeah,
All of
Drake,
them would
yeah.
be great. And also make the what is it? Cargo transporter as well. The yellow one.
Oh, yeah, the little drop ship. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, the one where she dropped the alien in the Sulaco.
yeah,
Where she comes out and she's like, "Get away from her, you!"
Oh,
make all those.
what do you call it? The loading armor there. The loader.
Yeah, the loading armor. Yes,
Yeah,
make
yeah.
all those, and you got me in for aliens.
I'm surprised they haven't done that already. To be honest with you, I'm really.
They should, especially that they're still making Predator ones.
That's cool. All right, let's see what's next. I think we're winding down here. We got a couple minutes left.
Now let's move on to another classic sci-fi franchise.
Three figures from
Oh,
one
here
of
we
the
go.
greatest sequels of all time, T2,
Hell yeah.
Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
Let's start with the essential T800 model.
Right there, to have Arnold return in the role, to now see him in 6-scale form in that leather jacket and those leather pants.
that.
Head to toe is going to be genuine leather, and he's going to have all kinds of things to get him through his mission.
Yes, we can see here he's got some of his signature weaponry, but he goes through a lot of adventure and action before the end of the story.
Absolutely, and a lot of damage, and that brings us to the T800 battle damage version.
This is one of, I think, Hot Toys' crowning achievements for the Terminator franchise. This is an incredible piece.
And even the damage of the mechanical elements, we have that arm completely ripped off. Half of the face completely shredded down there. He has so much going on. And you talk about a way to display this figure, this all new light up base is that refinery from the end.
The color of that scene in the film is so iconic, and it adds so much to the display here, especially bouncing off of those genuine leather costuming elements and the exposed mechanical metallic bits.
Now, you talk about metallic bits. The guy who did all this damage is the T-1000 right over there.
Yes, our most advanced model to this point. This is an incredible piece. Now, one of the hallmarks of the Terminator franchise is those special effects, and Hot Toys has found a way to recreate those mind-blowing graphics in a three-dimensional collectible figure.
Yeah, you see how those boots are still kind of coming out of the grate? That's
The
an
ripple.
option that you have. The bullet hits on the front. Those are magnetic. You
Ooh,
can choose
magnetic.
however you do it,
Okay,
as well
cool.
as 3 different outfits.
Yes, you're going to have so many different options for this piece, especially if you choose to pair him up with any of the other figures that are sold separately, because you can really just bring yourself into the action of the story.
Well, I am bringing all 3 of these home. That's absolutely sure. These are
Get a discount.
fantastic. T2, Terminator 2, Judgment Day by Hot Toys.
Oops. Wait, go back, Gary. Come on. Just missed it by a second.
These are fantastic. T2,
All right. What do you think? We've talked about the damaged
Yes.
Arnold. That's a must buy for me. Yeah.
I already pre-ordered that one.
Yeah,
The first
yeah.
time they do the damaged one. The other 2 are like 2.0 versions, which
Mhm.
they have improved a lot. I do like them both. I want an Arnold not damaged. Of course,
Yeah.
because I already have the battle damage. And I'm for sure now, after seeing that of course, liquid metal, you got to go with magnets. Yeah,
Right.
now I'm going to buy. And then especially that you can change them into the motorcycle one. Definitely a must now.
Yeah, you get 3
The
different
only
looks.
thing is, yeah, no, that's great for the price. The only thing they need to do now is his motorcycle. Both of them. They need to do Arnold's motorcycle and the T-1000's motorcycle if you're gonna have them in the police helmet. 10 out of 10
Right.
on all of them for me. All must
Yeah,
buy.
I don't think they'll ever do one, but it would be nice to have a Sarah and a John Connor, even in like a 2-pack, and maybe even a Kyle. You know, that would be cool to pair up with.
Well, that's what
with-
Ultra Carterzilla is saying. He goes, Hot Toys,
Yeah.
where are my figures of Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor from the Terminator
There you go.
1984? It's been 40 years. You're correct. I think they'll get to that, Ultra Carter. I'll honestly, I'll be honest with you, Ultra. If they make a Sarah Connor, it'll either be the T2 Sarah Connor or the one from Dark Fate before they do an 84.
Right.
A Kyle Reese, I can see that they can do that one. And if they do a Kyle Reese, Gary, I think they need to do 2 forms of uniforms. They got to do the one where he's in the 80s and then the one where he's in 2029.
Gotcha.
You know, they can't do just
That
a
was the
little
end of the
simple
video.
one. That's okay. Well, we're not gonna have much time for the Hot Toy show because we were really into the thing. So I think the next best thing that we can show, Gary, if you can pop it out, is the Blade. I think we need to talk about that before we end the show. And then I'll hold off on the Star Boost, which it is. Next time, guys, I will open this one. It's the Star Boost Iron Man. We'll get to this one next time because we're already getting to the hour. Hey, Rebels, what's up?
What's
up,
This guy.
Oh, hey. Who's this guy? What the
Hey.
hell?
I can't wait to watch
on
the
our
stream.
live stream.
I can't wait to watch the stream. I'm excited.
So Ultra Carter says
Sorry,
hello
but-
to Rebels.
What's up,
So-
Ultra Carterzilla?
Hold on,
What's
I'm
up,
trying to pull up
everybody
the
in
Blade
chat?
off my sideshow account.
Go
Give me
ahead.
a second.
I
So
said,
we
what's
just
up,
showed a
everybody
video.
in chat? Nice to see you all.
So we just showed a video, Rebels, about all the upcoming figures that we've already talked about, but it mainly today's show is more about the videos. We didn't get to the Hot Toy, so we'll open that next time. I think it was very enjoyable just talking about these new upcoming Hot Toys. Lag says, "What's up, Ed?" So everybody saying hello to Rebels.
Awesome.
Ultra Carter saying you should bring Hey Archer from Nerd Affiliate next Sunday as
Yeah,
your
I'm
guest.
trying to get a hold of him. I'll try to get a hold of him here sometime soon. That'd be fun.
So right now we're gonna do one more thing before we get off because we're almost close to the hour mark.
Yep.
We're probably gonna go to a little bit, but here we go. Backstage. This is what we have. Boom.
Wow.
Boom. Deadpool Wolverine. Wesley
That's-
Snipes as Blade. What do you think? Look at this. And we can talk over this one. So we are the narration.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's slick.
And I know the extra
Again-
feature, the exclusive, is his original sword.
Yeah.
Loving it.
Hey, I don't want 10% off.
There you go, guys.
It
You can
shows
get
some
10%
love.
off.
That's fire.
Beautiful piece. Again, I know that you really don't care for this one because you would like the one with the yellow. Well, I mean, with the black leather
Long
trench coat.
Yeah.
I still think we can get a third-party trench coat and put it on him.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I wish they do. I wish they had 2 head sculpts so you can actually paint that gray over and make him look a little younger.
Make him younger. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. But man, this is a beautiful piece to get for
That's
sure.
his. That's his original sword. Is that his original
Yeah.
sword?
That's the original sword.
It wasn't on Deadpool.
Yeah.
sword.
Yep.
No, he had it.
Did he have it?
I think he had it, but he never just showed it.
Okay.
Too much.
That's
It was in the
awesome, man.
background when they met at the beginning in their little
Yeah.
hideout.
Okay. That's cool.
Hanging on the wall. Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. Very cool, man.
It is good looking.
Gary, how you doing, brother? You doing good?
Yeah, I'm hanging in there, man. Every day above ground's a good day.
Absolutely. I can tell John's doing good because he's looking good.
Yeah, I guess. So, not to be mean, but I'm glad that they didn't give us. I know he's getting older, and I know that sometimes we have degenerative diseases that affect us, like arthritis and stuff like that.
Right.
But I'm glad that they didn't make the eyeball because right now Wesley Snipes is having issues with an eye that it goes kind of sideways. He has that myopia thing.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so I'm glad that they didn't do that on this figure. So it's great that he's fixed. Oh, mic drop or phone drop.
Got his bazooka.
Yeah, so I'm definitely getting this one. This is definitely.
I
Yeah,
think I'm probably leaning towards doing it.
This one is a more of a pickup for me than X-23, Nice Pool, and Chris Evans' Human Torch. This one will be a first one.
Yeah,
until we see a Gambit, then Gambit's gonna. But I think they're gonna bring out Elektra first, then Gambit.
Well,
Yeah, they'll save him for last for sure.
That's sweet.
Look at the little smoke effect when you're firing the rocket. That's cool.
Awesome.
Look at that, beautiful.
Dude, that's awesome. That's a really badass figure.
Yeah, that's
Here I am
cool.
cussing. Sorry, guys. Just got out of church and cussing.
It's your show.
All
So you
right,
have separate rolling
yeah.
eyeballs. I mean, that's a great looking head sculpt, though.
It looks like him, bro. Looks
Yeah,
I
like
found
him.
a way to rest this phone. There we go. Perfect. Beautiful.
Beautiful. This is a beautiful piece. This is a 10 out of 10 for me.
Oh,
Must
yeah, man.
get.
I think it's sweet.
I think that's magnetic on the back.
Very
I think
impressed.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of. I need that blade. Yeah, Dave. I think we all need that blade.
That Terminator stuff looks slick, too. Before I hopped on, I was peeking.
Mhm.
Yes,
And they're doing a
all
lot of
10
cool stuff with magnets. I dig that. Like the blast effects on T2.
There's a
Yeah.
little overshot of
That was
everything right
awesome.
there. I want to thank Sideshow for that little video package because that made it nice to show stuff off and
Yes.
have things you could kind of work off of.
Great.
So that was cool.
I see we got
Great
Dave's
job,
Dimension in there. What's up, Dave? How you doing, brother?
Great job on today's show, Gary. Actually, Gary's the one that took over your spot. I let him start it because he is
That's
a part
cool.
of this whole show. So
Oh,
thank you, Gary, for showing that package. I think it was great that we didn't get to the hot toy. We can save that for later. I think it was
yeah,
beautiful
we
that
got
you
so caught
actually
up.
showed us
He has
that.
one to unbox, but next week we can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this actually showing this new package coming up was good for a great hour. Gary, thank you. You did a great job in taking over Rebels' position. I was the new Garys Grails, so
Right.
you know.
You did great. This is this works.
That's awesome.
Fun.
That's awesome. I appreciate you guys doing this.
No problem. Thank you for letting us doing this for the Sunday. Thank you, Gary, for calling me and to letting me know that you wanted to do this. I think it was awesome.
that's
I think you and I are in agreements that all those figures were great. There's a few that you're not going to pick up. There's a few that I might not pick up. But it seems like half of them we want to pick up, or 3/4 of them we want to pick up. So I think that's
sure.
wonderful.
Cool, but yeah.
Cool. Very
So,
cool.
Ed,
I-
thanks for popping on, buddy. You doing okay? Everybody all right?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Doing great, man.
excuse
I
me.
just wanted to make an appearance and thank you guys, personally. I appreciate you guys doing this. Really cool. I
Well,
can't wait to
no,
watch
no,
it
thank you.
when I get home. I'm going to try to watch it before the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, check off not till 6:30, so you got plenty of time.
Sweet. Sweet.
Yeah.
to run,
Awesome.
so.
I appreciate
All right.
the chat. Thank you, everybody, for showing up, giving these
Yeah,
two guys
everybody for
support.
popping
These
in.
guys rock. They're very good
Appreciate
friends of
you
mine,
guys.
and I appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Thank you to Ultra Carterzilla, Days Dimension, T3, Triple R, Lack, Cat. I mean, you name it. Anybody
Left
else
Coast,
that I
Rick.
didn't get
Awesome.
to see? Rick, yes, Left Coast. Thank you all for
Very cool.
joining us. It was a little different this time, but it was wonderful. Keep on talking about hot toys. Hope that some of you guys change your mind and decide to jump on the hot toy boat. I don't think you would regret it at all.
Oh
So,
no, they're awesome.
One of us.
They're awesome.
Hop
I'm leaning
on the
towards
bus. So,
almost just that now, as much as I enjoy the hot toys. So
Well,
so it's
I'll
good
close
seeing you
out
guys.
first. Yeah, by doing what I say every week. Gary from Garys Grails, reminding you, your grails are out there. Go find them. We'll see you next time.
And I'm John J, aka John Joker. I don't have a line, but I guess the new line is join us and jump on the hot toy boat.
Ed,
till next time, have fun collecting. And Rebels no rules. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys.
later,
a lot.
guys.
Thank you guys.
See
Have a
y'all.
good one. See you next Sunday.
See you guys.